I think probably when you listen to as a kid and you're very easily impressed by things.
Yeah.
And like Oasis its production, as we said before, its production is unbelievable. It's so loud and like it does feel really live. But I think both of these albums are kind of overrated. I think.
I've got a little analogy for you.
Hit us.
Yeah.
I think that like it's because we know all these classic Australian artists
Yeah.
like Cold Chisel and like fucking
Yeah. Do you reckon Oasis is like
Crowded
that?
House. For me at least, it's like it is just the English version of them.
Yeah.
And that's like I wouldn't say that's a negative because all those artists have like classic songs.
It's not a negative, but people I mean more from like when people put them in the same realm as like the Beatles and stuff like that. You look
That's
at like
laughable, I think.
it is laughable. There's like a lot of these tracks. Obviously, okay, Oasis album has so many big tracks, and rightfully so. But none of them are about anything.
He's openly said that they don't mean anything.
There's no real substance to them, and I find a lot of the tracks are really good, but a lot of them are quite long, and they have quite like overindulgent like sections that are just like your straight rock and roll chords and like some pretty average guitar solos over the top. I'm just like, I'm not like, this is boring. I kind of find parts of the album quite boring.
Like when I listen to it, especially with Blur's album, you could hear a lot of like.
Yeah.
I heard with the vocals, I could hear a lot of Block Party influence.
Yeah.
I mean, not influence. Like Block Party were obviously influenced by Blur.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's obviously an evolution, and it also happens to be better. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the Blur. The Blur album is like, because it tries to experiment, for me, that it doesn't have the same like epicness of the Oasis album, I guess.
Nowhere near, yeah.
Nowhere near. But at the same time, like, it's more interesting. There's just like, at least they tried to do something artistic. There's a lot of these songs on the Oasis album, I feel like I really enjoy. I really do enjoy like the lore of Oasis. And I like them as kind of characters almost. And I feel like that adds...
the thesis.
I think that adds to... and I think that's the same with all... I think that's important for all music. Like, you should enjoy, like, the character of the artist as well. I think that's a part of it, in pop music anyway. But...
for sure.
I think that if they weren't as interesting... if the Gallagher brothers weren't as, like, polarizing and, like, outspoken and didn't have the same live presence that they do... I don't think this album would have the same legs that it does now. I don't think people would be talking about it in the same way.
It's just such a product of its time, I think, as well.
It is, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at that.
It's more like you gotta realize like it's not like it's not the 60s or 70s. Like this sort of music I would be like, yeah, this is sick. But by the 90s we had Nirvana. We had like all these, artists doing pretty experimental sort of stuff in the mainstream.
Yeah.
And then you got these big akadaka chords.
Yeah, but the way, I don't know, I think...
you know what I mean?
They're definitely huge stadium-worthy tracks. Like, I think the vocal melodies on this album are so good.
That's what they've got.
Yeah.
You can't deny that
I do think...
they're not catchy.
He's kind of
whiny.
whiny.
They are very catchy.
He's a lot whinier than what I thought. Remembered. Like,
well, he's just really trying to play on that John Lennon thing.
Yeah.
They talk about that in the documentary.
Same with Billy Joel as well, I think. Like, you hear fucking, what's the track? The one after Wonderwall.
Don't Look Back in Anger.
Don't Look Back in Anger.
Like, that is just Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
It's like essentially.
Yeah.
No, and that's not a bad thing either, but it's just
like,
I'm not overly I'm not going to listen to this.
No, neither.
I'd rather listen to Billy Joel, you know what I mean?